For the first time ever, it's the New England Revolution of the United States against Alajuelense of Costa Rica in the Concacaf Champions Cup here in the round of 16. Happy to have you along this evening. I'm Joe Malfa as these teams are set for the first leg of what should be a thrilling tie between the two through the rain here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. 49 degrees Fahrenheit. That rain is supposed to continue all evening long, certainly playing a factor in the outcome tonight, you'd imagine, as the evening wears on. Plenty of fans of both Alajuelense and New England have braved the elements to be out here for this one this evening, which again is a historic first ever meeting between these two clubs. It is the first time New England is meeting any team from Costa Rica in any competition. But Alajuelense, no strangers to foes from Major League Soccer. This is the 6th time they're paired up with an MLS team in Concacaf Champions Cup to a mixed bag of results. It has been 4 wins, 6 losses in their previous 10 matches against MLS opponents here in this tournament. Alajuelense enjoyed a bye in the first round. Time in their club's history. They've won it twice, 1986 and 2004. Also 3 times the runners-up in 1971, 92, and 99. Last year they ran into eventual finalists and runners-up LAFC and lost 4-2 on aggregate in the round of 16. And this is Alajuelense's 3rd appearance in Champions Cup in the last 4 years, which is a nice turnaround considering the previous 5 years leading up to this run of 3 and 4. They missed it 5 consecutive years. So good to be back for Alajuelense and looking to get back to at least a quarterfinal and maybe beyond once again. They had the momentum of a terrific spell in the Central American Cup this past fall. A perfect 4-0-0 in group play. They dominated Cartaginés 6-1 in the quarterfinal. Advanced past Herediano on penalties in the semifinal, and then controlled the tie against Real Estelí in the final, winning 4-1 on aggregate to lift the trophy. So it's been a rather impressive recent run in CONCACAF competition for Alajuelense. They're off to a good start in the Clausura domestically with 6 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses, sitting 7 points back of first place at Herediano, 11 matches into the season. New England on the other side, their recent form not the best, only 2 matches into their 2024 MLS campaign. Both were losses, 3-1 on the road against DC United, which saw Christian Benteke score a hat-trick, and then a 1-0 loss against Toronto FC this past weekend. So rough start for New England, hoping that Champions Cup can breed more success after they cruised against Kai in both legs in the first round, while Alajuelense are hoping that this could be the year they once again make a run in a tournament they've won twice in their club's history. Players are set to take the field. We'll have lineups and kick here from New England in just a moment. Time to meet the starting lineups for both Alajuelense and the New England Revolution as they're set to do battle here in the first leg of their round of 16 tie in the 2024 Concacaf Champions Cup. Alajuelense littered with experienced talent, not only for the club, but also for Costa Rica, anchored by their captain, Celso Borges, right there in the middle of your picture, wearing the armband as the team poses for the photo. And we'll meet the New England starting 11 first. In goal, Henrik Ravas, who's been a really nice addition, just signed to a big contract this offseason for New England. The keeper from Slovakia has been with the national team. And then further up the field, Tomás Chancalay. He excelled in the opening round against Kai, scored in both matches. They cruised through their 4-0 aggregate victory. We'll look for Chancalay to get things going once again in the attack, flanked by Esmir Bayraktarovic, the 18-year-old who's been an absolute star for New England Revolution early in his career. Meet the officials, an all-Mexican crew led by Adonai Escobedo, Jorge Sanchez, Enrique Bustos, and Victor Cáceres. And then in the VAR room, Javier Santos is your referee assessor with Oscar Macias and Trishley Basu as your VAR leaders. The starting 11 for Alajuelense, anchored in the midfield, as mentioned, by Celso Borges, the 35-year-old captain. And they have Joel Campbell on the right flank as well, a name that will be familiar to many. 135 caps he's earned for Costa Rica. Not only that, he was a part of the champions of this tournament last year when he was on the Club Leon roster that lifted the trophy. So he won this tournament last year, then he moved to Alajuelense in the summer, and then won the Central American Cup in the fall with Alajuelense. So back-to-back CONCACAF competitions in which Joel Campbell, a 31-year-old, has lifted the trophy. We'd love to help Alajuelense on that trajectory here and now in this edition of Champions Cup. Saw Caleb Porter, the head coach of New England, looking on. Just took over at the beginning of this season, maybe taking a little bit of time to get up and running for this New England team. On the flip side, Andres Karavic for Alajuelense has built and overseen a winner in every regard over the last couple of years. It'll be New England in the blue and red sleeves from left to right. Alajuelense in the white from right to left here on the turf at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Through the rain, we are underway in the first leg of the round of 16 between New England Revolution and Alajuelense. Happy to have you along this evening. I'm Joe Malfa. First ever meeting between these two clubs. First time New England has ever faced a team from Costa Rica in their now 29-year history. Alajuelense for the 6th time scoring off against MLS opposition in Champions Cup. In the past, they've played LA Galaxy, DC United, Montreal, Atlanta, and last year LAFC. Here's your first look at what the weather might do in this match. Martinez lost his footing a bit. It's a bit too far wide as it skipped off the turf. Jonathan Mensah, the experienced 33-year-old center back, just joined New England this year. Big addition to the middle of their back line. Did not play, interestingly though, in either leg against Kai in the opening round. Gets to start tonight. Nacho Gil gave it away. Borges for Cedeno. Fernando Lesme. In Lawrence. You can see the vapor trails of the water coming up as that ball skids along the turf. Certainly going to be a factor here this evening. Jakar James directs traffic from the back line. Just joined Alajuelense this January. Already solidifying himself as a starter on that back line. Have started all but one game since his visa cleared. Canadian international. Spent last year with Forge of the Canadian Premier League, who we saw in this tournament, eliminated in the first round. Lawrence looking through the lines, given away. Nacho Gil. kept it in, but ridden all the way out of play by Ian Lawrence. Felt he was fouled. Reese says play on. Nacho Heel, the brother of Carlos Heel, number 10, former league MVP of the New England Revolution, who is available on the bench today. It was a bit eye-catching to not see him in the starting 11 for New England. Perhaps a case of Caleb Porter wanting to save him until later on. The game gets a bit more stretched. See how things play out. Tough stretch of navigating schedule congestion for both of these teams, but especially for New England, just beginning their season, not fully ramped up to match fitness yet. A little bit easier for Alajuelense to navigate the match congestion as they're fully match fit well into the heart of their clausura phase of the season. Gamboa floats it ahead. Taken along by Lesme. Has 2 goals in his 6 appearances since he joined Alajuelense in January. 21-year-old Paraguayan striker. Dave Romney. Matt Polster. And for Ian Harks. Polster. Mark Anthony Kay, who has tasted some success in this tournament, part of the 2020 LAFC team that made it to the final. Carlos Martinez. It's his 150th appearance tonight. As a professional, all of his career. Carlos Martinez in Costa Rica, the 24-year-old. Bounced around a bit. Herediano, Guadalupe, San Carlos, and now Alajuelense. James. Be interesting to see what sort of scoring we get today in this tournament. Yesterday, after Herediano beat Robin Hood 2-0 in the opening match of the day. The foul is committed by Chancalay. After that opening 2-0 victory of the day by Herediano, scoreless draw between Philadelphia and Pachuca. Scoreless draw between Orlando City and Tigres. Seemed to be a theme yesterday. Caginess in the first leg. Round of 16 ties. Road team almost always content to leave with a 0-0 draw. And then control at home the following week. That's the position that Alajuelense finds themselves in here tonight. Okay. Anthony Kay just joined New England this past July. It's been a theme for him over the last couple of years. Traded from LAFC to Colorado in July of 2021. From Colorado to Toronto in July of 2022. And from Toronto to New England in July of 2023. 3 consecutive summers in which he was traded within the ranks of MLS. Everywhere he's been, though, he's been a regular fixture in the starting 11. For one reason or another, it just hasn't fit, be it the roster constrictions and the MLS roster rules, or be it natural fit on the field. He's endured a couple of coaching changes at each of those teams he's been a part of. He's always been on the outs, but everywhere he's been, a key starter in the meantime. Nacho Heel taken down. On to the referees. Second time he's gone down looking for a foul. Went uncalled. That'll be out for the first corner of the evening. Lima earns that set piece. He's earned 9 caps in his career for the U.S. men's national team. Another player who just joined New England this offseason. Swinger, bounces all the way through, settles nicely, flicked along, and it's blocked out for another corner. The shot by Chancalay. Trouble dealing with it there. Alajuelense. An opportunity to get it clear. Snatch it. Wimlin with another set piece opportunity. Chancalay will deliver. A looping ball. Will settle for Bayraktarovic. Turns 19 in 4 days. Bayraktarovic weaving in and out. End line, puts it in front. Morera keeps it in. He is popping up on a lot of radars. Asmir Bayraktarovic, rumored to be linked to Europe. Made his debut for the U.S. men's national team this past January. Starting to become a regular for New England. Started both of their matches so far this season. Out ahead for Lesme. Fernando Lesme cuts to his right. Lesme lays it across. And the offside flag comes up. So the initial ball in for Lesme. It was. It's just that the referee saw enough not to even let that attack play out any further. And he was spot on. Joel Campbell. But on this left side instead of the right side to begin the action tonight. Something to keep an eye on. Work to the end line. Campbell waiting for it. And he fluffs his lines in the end. Gives the thumbs up for the delivery in the first place. He just got it all wrong. Nice bit of play from Carlos Mora down the right side. Misread by Nick Lima. Tried to leap to head it away. And it cleared his head by a couple of inches. Campbell just sliced underneath it. Heading too far backwards. Heel lets it run by. Springs it ahead for Lima. There's another glimpse at the slick surface right now in the rain. Seemed like that would be right into Lima's path. Instead, it's all the way out for a throw. Heel. By Cedeno. Carlos Martinez. Started both of their Champions Cup matches last year against LAFC. Carlos Martinez. 11 caps now for Costa Rica as well. All the way back for Leonel Morera. Experienced keeper. Ian Harks who hits the foul. Alexis Gamboa. And Lawrence plays it through for Lesme. Cedeno. Valencia coming off a 4-0 victory over Santos de Guapiles this past weekend. Mora on Suarez. He's taken down. And this will be a free kick and a nice spot for Alajuelense. Mark Anthony Kay commits the infraction. No argument from him. Knew it immediately. Celso Borges will eye it up. Henrik Ravas setting up his wall, calling for three. Borges, the 35-year-old, has started every match so far in the Clausura for Alajuelense. It's his third time in Champions Cup. Borges goes for goal, and it's touched around the post by Ravas. Not a bad strike from Borges. From that distance to go around the wall and nearly sneak it near post. That was going in. It's tough to tell from the original angle that we showed you at home. From that vantage point, looked like it might have been going wide with Ravas not taking any chances. That was certainly sneaking in the near post. Forres now from the corner. Floats it ahead. Gamboa had a chance at it. Still loose in front now for Campbell. Flag stays down for the time being. Forres floats it again. Comes out for Gamboa. And now a goal kick. New England can finally breathe. Minutes come and gone, scoreless between New England and Alajuelense in the first leg of the round of 16 in their 2024 Concacaf Champions Cup tie. Ian Lawrence steps up. Cedeno. Carlos Mora. Keep an eye on Mora, and eventually Joel Campbell may be switching sides. For this Alajuelense side, Andres Kanovic, the head coach, likes to have those wingers inverted so that they can cut in and shoot, particularly Joel Campbell. Terrific left foot of his. For now, he has Mora on the right, Campbell on the left. Good job of controlling the possession in the early going. Alajuelense nearly 60-40 in their favor. Coming on the road, asserting themselves in the early phases of the match. Good step up here from DeJuan Jones. Able to sneak it through, and now it's right back the other way with Jones out of position, hustling back to front Mora. Carlos Mora still with it. Forres might have been offside, he was. A wasted opportunity for Mora. Carlos Mora will turn 23 in 2 weeks. Already 8 appearances for Costa Rica. Last called up in November for the Nations League quarterfinal. This is his 200th appearance tonight for Alajuelense, a milestone evening for Carlos Mora. Seventh appearance for Alajuelense as a club here in Concacaf Champions Cup. 5th appearance for New England. 2nd time in 3 years. Made it in 2022, missed it last year, New England. And when they made it in 2022, it ended a 13-year drought. They're happy to be back. It was a bit of a false start when they finally returned in 2022. They made it through the round of 16 because Cavalli of Haiti had to forfeit in that round. Ended up paired up with Pumas and in the quarterfinals, as I mentioned earlier, won at home 3-0 in the snow. Won on the road, lost 3-0. Tied on aggregate, eventually lost on penalties. Get through Alajuelense. They will equal their club's best run in Champions Cup, twice making the quarterfinal. Never passed it. Now under the guidance of Caleb Porter, maybe this could be the year they finally go on a deeper run. Whoever gets through this tie is guaranteed a squad from Liga MX. The winner of this tie is paired up with the winner of the Chivas Club America tie. It won't be an easy path to a semifinal for whoever reaches the quarterfinal out of this pairing. Bayraktarovic. Lima guides it back. It's wayward of Polster. Campbell. Wide for Mora. Pass to DeJuan Jones. Still Mora, back for Campbell. Tried to open it up and find Lawrence. Now New England wants to go in transition, led by Polster. Nacho Heel. And Polster squandered it. Missed the foul away from the ball at midfield. Unnecessary from the New England captain. off a strong season, New England. 15 wins, 10 draws. Put them in 5th place in the East. Eliminated by Philadelphia in the first round of the MLS playoffs. Blood pouring from the nose of Nacho Gil. Caught a stiff elbow there from Lawrence. I wonder if VAR may have a look at that one. Led through with the elbow, and that's what the New England players are clamoring about right now. Just a yellow card for Ian Lawrence. Escobedo settle things down. With that 5th place performance last year, New England 15 wins, 10 draws, 9 losses. Tied on points with Philadelphia, lost to them then in the playoffs. Finishing where they did, got them into this tournament. Got through Kai in the first round. Early on, it's Alajuelense controlling this match, but is this a turning point? Now just a yellow card for Ian Lawrence. Again, New England heavily protesting. Send that to VAR, or maybe have it elevated to a red. And there's the okay from the referee to begin play, so any check complete. Goes down as just a yellow card. DeJuan Jones. Nice turn into space, never shy of pushing it up that left side. 20 assists in his MLS career, DeJuan Jones. Number 11 pick back in the 2019 MLS draft. 7 caps himself for the United States. He's been the subject of rumors moving him to Europe. Ended up making 4 starts last summer in the Gold Cup, DeJuan Jones for the U.S. 2 assists in that tournament. Arnold Suarez feeds Ian Lawrence. 20 minutes come and gone, still scoreless here in New England. Suarez comes back for Borges, feeds it through for Joel Campbell on the right foot. Campbell had it blocked. And those are the moments where you wonder why, for the time being, Andres Kanovic has his wingers playing where they are. Typically you see them inverted. That's how it was listed on the tactical lineup we were given to begin the evening, with Campbell on the right, Mora on the left. Mora the right-footed player, Campbell the left-footed player. I like having the ability to come in and shoot. And you just can't help but wonder if it was flipped, as it some cases is, if that was Mora cutting into his favored right foot. How might that have looked instead of what we just saw with Campbell? Vice versa, it was the same play, just mirrored on the opposite side, where Campbell could have cut in on his left foot. Something to continue to keep an eye on, where those wingers are located for Alajuelense. Harks joined New England last July. So much of this starting 11 and the roster as a whole for New England recently acquired, whether it was this past offseason or last summer. Perhaps most notably, Tomás Chancalay joined on loan last summer with the option to purchase. They exercised that option to purchase in November. Bayraktarovic on the way back for Jonathan Mensah. Mensah started for Columbus in 2021 in the Champions Cup on the team that made it to the quarterfinal. In his 8th MLS season now, Mensah. Won MLS Cup in 2020, spent 6 years as Columbus's captain. And the anchor of this New England back line. Here's Polster. Jones. DeJuan Jones threw for Heel, Nacho Heel. A heavy first touch, gave it away. Mark Anthony Kay. Back for DeJuan Jones, shielded off by Mora. Borges goes down. A living legend for Costa Rica, Celso Borges. 162 caps for the Ticos. Two-time Gold Cup best 11. And those were 12 years apart, 2009, 2021. Just a testament to his longevity. Started all 11 of Costa Rica's World Cup matches. 2014, 2018, and 2022. That includes that run to the quarterfinal in 2014. Mensa. All the way back for Ravas. Get the debut for Slovakia, Henrik Ravas, but it's been a regular call-up to be a backup for European qualifiers. Just joined this January. Signing for New England. 2 clean sheets he posted in the opening round against Kai. Again, 4-0 on aggregate. New England coming through that opening round. Alajuelense got to sit back and watch. Had a bye directly into the round of 16 after winning the Central American Cup last fall. Lesme. Brought ahead now by Cedeno, looking through for Mora. Out for a goal kick. Both teams have been disjointed in a way as they get across in the area of the attacking third. 2 shots for Alajuelense, just the 1 for New England. Possession has swung in New England's favor now after it was controlled heavily early on by Alajuelense. Far through 11 matches, 6 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses for Alajuelense. Their 2 losses, slim, identical 1-0 margins against Herediano and Cartagines. Tied for 2nd place right now in Costa Rica in the Clausura. Look at goal here from Harks, had it blocked. And Harks recovers to an onside Nick Lima at the back post, touched away for now by Morera. Laid off for Harks, off the hands of Morera, and it stays out. Seemed like it was inching toward the goal line. 2 strikes for Ian Harks. Spent a few years at Dundee United in Scotland. Helped get them promoted in 2020. He was voted their club player of the year in 2022. Joined New England this past July in a return to MLS after beginning his career with DC United. Same club his father won MLS Cup with back in the day, John Harks. Jones earns the free kick for New England. Another look at that last opportunity for the Revs. Morera unsure as he came out and tapped that one away. Backspin on that there. He made the stop on Harks. Polster. New England starting to grow into this half offensively now. Mensah, MLS Best 11 in 2020. Starter at 2 World Cups for Ghana, Jonathan Mensah, 2010 and 2014. Swung in and open, Nick Lima deposits it! New England leads in the 28th minute. An unlikely source found the space, made it count. Terrific ball played in from DeJuan Jones. That's your starting left fullback to your starting right fullback. Not who you'd imagine would link up for the opening goal, but it works out and adds up to a 1-0 New England lead. Only 8 goals in his MLS career. That began nearly a decade ago. It's his first goal now in Concacaf competition. It's a sport filled with moments and cashing in on opportunities when they are there. Remember earlier in the half, a similar play where Carlos Mora floated one over the top to Joel Campbell. Had a volley off that cross. He put it about 10 rows deep as he mishit it. Near identical play at this end of the field now. Jones to Lima, and it was perfectly placed on the volley from Lima. Well, there is some sort of check going on now. Adonai Escobedo not giving the okay to resume play just quite yet. They're checking to make sure there was no offside somewhere in the build. You can read the lips of Caleb Porter. What are you looking at? He didn't seem to see anything that was nefarious from the sideline. It didn't seem like there was anything there to really look at. Escobedo has not given the ready for play signal yet. It looks like he's about to give it now. I'm being told the check is already complete and the goal is confirmed. And now that's what Escobedo relays to the rest of the players as the crowd cheers once again. New England 1, Alajuelense 0. An hour in, New England leads. The momentum had been on their side. Started creating some chances, wreaking some havoc. Started here with DeJuan Jones on this side. 29-year-old Nick Lima ends up finishing it off. Spent the first 3.5 years of his career with San Jose, the next 3 with Austin, all in MLS. Approaching his 200th career MLS appearance. 9 caps in his back pocket for the U.S. men's national team. A regular at the Gold Cup back in 2019. Fell out of favor and hasn't been back to the group since 2019. Polster. Brought ahead by Chancalay. Tomás Chancalay for Matt Polster. Rather for Dave Romney, excuse me. Terovich gives the thumbs up. Step too slow. Chancalay fighting his way through. Nacho heel, work to the end line. A heavy touch. Here's a look again at the goal. Jones wasn't anywhere near offside. Lima was about 15 yards onside. I don't know why it took so long to confirm, but confirmed in the end, and a 1-0 lead for New England. Match over the weekend against Toronto FC. New England 1-0 on the wrong side of that. A terrific cheeky chip from Lorenzo Insigne of Toronto. The 27th minute was the only tally. But on the day, if you look into some of the advanced metrics like expected goals, New England significantly better on the day. They outpossessed Toronto heavily. They outshot Toronto 22-8. It was 6 shots on target to only 2. Every metric and the eye test, if you had a chance to watch that game as well. 11 corner kicks to nothing. Everything pointed to being New England's day. Just couldn't find a way to finish in the end. Lost it 1-0. Opening match of the season, a different story, that 3-1 against DC United. DC United thoroughly the better side on the day. 31 shots to 10, 5 expected goals to 0.9. So a tale of 2 games to begin the season for New England. Thoroughly dominated by DC, and then controlled the game against Toronto. Both ended up as losses. Wrapped around 2 wins in Champions Cup against Kai. For Caleb Porter, who's been a terrific coach in MLS for a long time now taking the reins of this New England team. A mixed bag of results, but more positive performances than not. They played 4 competitive matches here in 2024. Before tonight, 3 were positive showings. Only 1 against DC wasn't their best effort. Mora had it blocked by Mensah. Snuck back through. Lesme was there. Ravas has it. Overall, the early returns for New England positive under Caleb Porter. I figured it's only going to get better from here on out as the group gains more cohesion. A lot of new faces in, listening to a new voice as your leader. Could take some time. For a club that over the last 9 seasons has really seen a mixed bag of results. I say 9 seasons as a stretch of time because it was 9 seasons ago in 2014 in which they last made MLS Cup final. They have 5 times been the bridesmaid, runners-up in MLS Cup, and never won it. But in the 9 years since they last made it in 2014, they've missed the playoffs in 4 of 9 seasons. They've made it in the other 5 out of 9. Among those, they only once finished above 5th place in the Eastern Conference. That was the year they won the Supporters' Shield as the top team in the league in 2021. So a near even split of missing and making the playoffs. Only once finishing above 5th. Only twice making a quarterfinal in the MLS Cup playoffs. Once making a quarterfinal in Champions Cup, only making 2 Champions Cups. Again, a mixed bag overall over the last decade for a club that has a very rich history in MLS. The group of players they have now, led by Chancalay up front. Nicholas Heel, who's on the bench today. MVP a couple of years ago in Major League Soccer. Plenty of talent, plenty of experience to make runs, not only in MLS, but in this tournament. Under the guidance of a proven, outstanding head coach in Caleb Porter. Time will tell. If you're a New England fan, you have to be very happy with the trajectory of the club right now. Again, not happy with the 2 losses to begin the season necessarily, but knowing you probably deserve to win in the last match against Toronto. And in the grand scheme of the season, more of those matches will likely go your way than not. So we'll settle Alajuelense, after controlling the possession and the flow of the game early, have really been on their heels. Lima. Head for Chancalay. Nice little move from Chancalay, but goes down rather easily. Aaron Suarez. Joel Campbell. Still operating on this left side, Joel Campbell. He himself is a reigning champion here in Champions Cup. Won it with Leon. And he joined Alajuelense in the summer and won Central American Cup. Araktarovic fouled. Mensa. All the way through for Lima, the goal scorer. Nice tackle put in at the end by Gamboa. Heel ricochets to the feet of Harks. Alajuelense were shouting for a handball, didn't get it. Mark-Anthony Kay steps into it. Kay taken down. Advantage is played. DeJuan Jones. Araktarovic. Chancalay on the turn. Lima. That's one where I don't know if New England wanted the advantage. That was a terrific spot to have it go at goal. If the free kick were given, a chance now for Heel, and it's saved by Morera. And results in a shot on goal and a scoring opportunity. And again, if you bring it back to where Kay went down and the advantage was played, I think they would have preferred the free kick. Just outside the semicircle, center cut of the field. I don't know that you could position it any better. A free kick and a go at goal. Through for Nacho Heel in space. Out ahead for an opportunity to make it two, and it's converted by Chancalay. A matter of when, it seems like, for Tomás Chancalay. Scoring both legs last round. 3 matches, 3 goals here in Champions Cup. And New England is up by a pair. Brilliant ball into his path from Heel. As a goalkeeper, you can't get beaten at your near post from there. Leonel Morera. That's exactly what Chancalay does. Forces it through at that near post. Has a knack for scoring in cup competition. In his time at Colón and Racing Club in the 6 years he spent in Argentina before joining New England. Played in 19 games between Copa Sudamericana and Libertadores. Scored 7 times in those 19 games. Now here in Champions Cup, 3 games, 3 goals. And New England comfortably ahead by 2. Those moments for Alajuelense in the first 10 minutes when they had opportunities to take a lead loom even larger now. On the road in the opening leg of a tie like this, if you can get that goal, then you could lock it down. Commit everybody back behind the ball. Failed to cash in on those chances. And hurt because of it. Campbell, you see now on the right side, they finally made that switch. Campbell to the right, Mora to the left. Just wonder why it wasn't that way from the beginning. Straying from the norm. Alajuelense. Cedeno. Intercepted again. Before they can get off to the races, New England given away. A lot to think about in the dressing room. Alajuelense down 2 goals. We want to try and salvage something from this, even if it's just losing 2-1, but picking up an away goal. By the same token, you don't want this to open up to 3 or 4 goals, where it seems then like an insurmountable hill to climb at home next week. All the calculus that has to go into the coaching decisions in a 2-legged affair like this one. Suarez comes away with it. Last off of Jones. Suarez looking for it. The offside flag up on Alajuelense. Have to get Suarez involved more, the number 10 for Alajuelense. They're going to find something more in the attack. Perfectly timed and bent run by Chancalay. Perfectly textured ball from Nacho Gil. And then a strong finish to the near post from Chancalay. As a goalkeeper, you cannot be beaten in the near post like that. Part of that in a way on Morera, but well executed. Transitional moment from New England. Good ball, a better finish. It's Lawrence. 2 minutes of stoppage time tacked on at the end of this first half. Touch from Lesme. Seemed like it came off his knee before he could turn. Make heads or tails of that ball played in. Suarez. Taken back by Suarez. One man going at it here. Didn't have any help, so this goes for goal. It's out for a goal kick, and that'll likely bring us to the end of this first half. And there is the whistle. New England leads 2-0 at the break. Scoring started in the 29th minute. It was one outside back to the other. DeJuan Jones to Nick Lima made it 1-0. A dozen minutes later, Tomás Chancalay finished his 3rd goal in 3 Champions Cup matches, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Revs at the break.
The Concacaf Champions Cup is sponsored by Alajuelense de
Players making their way back out onto the field to begin half number 2. You can see the intensity in the eyes of the Alajuelense players as they dart back out there down 2-0, led by their captain, Celso Borges. On the other side, more of a sense of calm from New England with a comfortable 2-0 lead, although, depending on who you ask, that is the most dangerous lead in soccer, as the old cliche goes. New England up 2-0 in this first leg of the round of 16 here at home in Foxborough, Massachusetts at Gillette Stadium. Joe Malfa with you for the action. Happy to have you along on this Wednesday evening. First half controlled in the early stages by Alajuelense. Until about the 15-minute mark, they controlled the possession. They were out shooting this New England team, and then things flipped. Now Alajuelense will look to flip it back with some substitutions. Jonathan Moya looks to be the first one coming on. To see the confirmation of who's coming off, but imagine it would be Fernando Lesme. It'll be a like-for-like switch of the strikers. Lesme really struggled in that first half to find any rhythm. And that is confirmed now. It is Lesme coming off. Jonathan Moya takes his spot. 32-year-old just rejoined Alajuelense in January. Has a history with this club. Has 40 goals in 110 appearances for Alajuelense. 15 caps for Costa Rica as well. Looking to provide a spark in this second half as he begins. And there's a whistle to send us on our way. New England from right to left in the blue. Alajuelense left to right in the white. 2-0 lead for the Revs on goals by Nick Lima and Tomás Chancalay in that first half here in the rain in Massachusetts. It's been raining the entire match. It's expected to continue all evening long. Aaron Suarez picks it up, looking through right away for Moya. And notice Joel Campbell on the right, Carlos Mora on the left. They have kept those sides now, their typical sides, after they started on opposite sides. See if that could provide any spark in the attack. New England a comfortable 4-0 in the opening round against Kai of Panama. Alajuelense a bye directly into this round of 16. Kay through for Chancalay. Now it's heel cutting and shooting. And it blocked. Second time though now. And New England has had an opportunity like that off a giveaway by Leonel Moreno, the goalkeeper, from the back for Alajuelense. Carlos Martinez brings it forward. Joel Campbell gathers back for Martinez. Corner right out of the gates here in this second half for Alajuelense. Down 2 goals, need to capitalize on the set piece opportunities when they are there. Also Borges flips it ahead. Skimmed along by Mensah, volleyed in by Lawrence. Blocked again, but positive signs of life in the first 2 minutes of this second half for Alajuelense. Lawrence. Cedeno. Taken away again. Full head of steam here for Nacho Heel. Heel still with it. Centers it by Raktarevic. Shout for handball, and it's given. A penalty for New England early in this second half. A chance to put this to bed perhaps and go up by 3. Remember, VAR is part of the equation in case this is a clear and obvious error. Andrei Escobedo seems sure. Clearly off the hand. The New England players pointed it out right away. Watch the left hand right there of Cedeno. Knocks it down. To be fair, it's a soft one. Had it not hit his hand, think of where it would have went, right there to his 2 teammates who might have been able to clear. But letter of the law, a penalty nonetheless. And now Tomás Chancalay will have a chance for his second goal of the evening, for his fourth in 3 Champions Cup games, and to give New England a commanding 3-0 lead. The 25-year-old from Argentina, 25 goals in the time he spent in his native country before he joined New England on loan last July. Purchased this November. Had 6 goals in 10 starts last season in MLS. Hasn't scored in MLS play yet in 2024. But he's 12 yards away from his 4th goal in Champions Cup. Chancalay against Morera. Chancalay right down the middle. It's New England 3, Alajuelense 0. Made no mistake about it. Just with power right down the center. Morera tried to flail his left foot in the hopes of getting a piece of it. We'll get a good glimpse here. See how close he came. Not very. Buried by Chancalay. 2 goals on the evening. He scored in each of the 2 legs against Kai in the last round. He's played 3 Champions Cup matches with 4 goals, and this one's not even over yet. That goal ties him for the early Golden Boot lead here in this tournament with Julian Carranza of Philadelphia. Easy to see Chancalay becoming a fan favorite around these parts. Immediate success he had last season. Now a chance to get a full year under his belt with this club. Under the guidance of Caleb Porter. Baraktarovic. To come in last year when he came in. Chancalay made the turmoil in the head coaching position for New England. Still come in, hit the ground running, start pouring goals in. What he might be able to do this season, so long as he stays healthy, with some solidity at the head coaching spot, with a lot of talent around him. Don't even see Carlos Gil out on the field tonight for New England, available on the bench if need be, but with a 3-0 lead, it seems like he might be able to just get a well-earned night off. Chancalay pressuring, it's all the way back for Morera. 541st professional match tonight for Leonel Morera. A decade he spent with Herediano before joining Alajuelense. Speaking of Herediano, victors last night 2-0 over Robin Hood in the first leg of that round of 16 tie. And a pair of 0-0 results. Philadelphia against Pachuca, Orlando against Tigres. And Jonathan Moya comes in heavy here and is shown a yellow card. There's 2 yellows out there on the field now for Alajuelense. Moya and Ian Lawrence. Clumsy coming in. Back for Ravas. So much depth this New England squad as well. Again, just thinking of the names who are not in the starting 11 tonight. They've been able to still put forth. Looking at the bench and seeing names like Carlos Gil, Bobby Wood, Andrew Farrell, Noel Buck, Henry Kessler, guys who have been foundational starting pieces. Joel Campbell now on his preferred left foot, tried to lay it off for Mora. This New England team runs 17 or 18 deep at the least. continue to improve as the year goes along, as health improves. Missing a couple of guys right now due to injury. For a team that won the Supporter Shield, first place in MLS in 2021. Certainly seems as if they have the pieces to try and get back to those heights here in 2024. And don't expect them to take their foot off the pedal in this game with a 3-0 lead. Apologies to New England fans who are about to listen to what I'm going to say if it opens up a previous wound, but 2 years ago here in Champions Cup, they won the first leg at home 3-0 against Pumas in the quarterfinal. They went on the road, lost a second leg 3-0, and ultimately perished on penalties. Just because it's 3-0, don't expect them to let up. They want a fourth, they want a fifth. Here's a chance at a fourth brewing. It's heel for Lima, all the way through for Bayraktarovic, and they have their fourth. 4 days from his 19th birthday, a reason to celebrate early for Esmir Bayraktarovic. A thorough showing tonight for New England. It's Lima again contributing. Had the opening goal, has an assist here. Bayraktarovic gets into terrific position at the back post. Calm, cool, and collected. Moved from Wisconsin to Massachusetts back in 2021 to join the Revolution's Academy when he was still 15. It's paid off quickly. He debuted in the 3rd division in August of 2021. Debuted in MLS in August of 2022. Got his first goal with the team in August of 2023. Just setting those benchmarks year over year in the month of August. This past January, made his debut for the U.S. men's national team at the senior level in the friendly against Slovenia. And now tonight has his first Champions League goal. Champions Cup, excuse me. Just as I was saying, they would like to run that score up as much as they can with the wound perhaps still fresh from 2 years ago. The way things went against Pumas. On cue, they make it 4. With 34 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, don't think they're going to stop there. And now if you're Alajuelense, as much as you'd like to go into damage control mode, you almost have to try and salvage something from this. Going into a defensive shell to make sure this is 4-0 instead of 5 or 6 does you no good. Now you have to come away with an away goal or two. Chancalay carried away by Morena. Nearly the hat trick for the striker. Lima, he's taken down. Adonai Escobedo says play on. Chancalay. And Alajuelense prepared to make 3 changes now. In light of the recent turn of events, Aaron Suarez will come off, replaced by Johan Venegas. That'll be all for Celso Borges, replaced by Diego Campos. He'll hand off the captain's armband and make his way off the field. Not his night or Alajuelense's night tonight. And the other veteran on this group, the 40-year-old Michael Barantes, is the 3rd one into the match. Campbell, the one giving way for Barantes. All the way back for Ravas. James. Martinez. Really struggling with this pressure of New England. It's through from Mora. DeJuan Jones gets back in time. And the indication is for a goal kick. Leaves Mora upset. New England readying a change of their own. It's Noel Buck getting set to come on for Matt Polster. Quickly risen through the ranks himself, Noel Buck, the 18-year-old. Started both games of the regular season so far. At the age of 18, already with 34 appearances, 25 starts, 4 goals and 2 assists in Major League Soccer. At the moment, Noel Buck has been a youth international of England, available for both the US or England as he progresses through. He's been a regular for the U19s for England. Maybe the brightest young talent that New England has. Work to the end line by Mora. Tries to split through Jones and Chancalay. That's what you love to see if you're over on the bench for New England on the coaching staff. Your striker with 2 goals already tonight, Tomás Chancalay, doing that hard work, getting back to defend. The 4-0 lead. Lawrence. And again, Lawrence. Noel Buck wins it. Mensa. Ravas. Only had to make 1 save tonight, Henrik Ravas. And it was a half-hearted save at that. Hasn't really been tested. That's been the issue for Alajuelense, especially early on when they had more of the possession and they had controlled more of the match flow, to not really test the keeper. Flag stays down by Raktarevic. Tried the early ball for Chancalay. (2-0) at halftime. 2 more goals in this second half. All New England here in the first leg in the round of 16. Moya lays it off. Martinez puts it into the mix. Back for Martinez. Took a deflection. This is where still, if you're New England, you can't let your guard down. All of a sudden, if you concede and it's 4-1, now you're in that same position you were 2 years ago with a 3-goal lead going in the second leg. But now you've allowed the away goal. And a 3-0 win a week from now for Alajuelense, should you concede tonight, would be enough. getting into the real worst case scenario for New England, but all things you have to think of as you're going through the rest of this game as to why you can't let your guard down and why you're always in the search for more goals in a tournament format like this. Terovich. Step over, whips it toward the back post. All the way across. Nacho Gil has a chance to save it, and he does. Cedeno. Carlos Martinez pokes it ahead. Marc-Anthony Kaye starts this attack. Chancalay. Tomás Chancalay threads it through. It skips just too far ahead of Ian Harkes. Nice move by Mora. Jersey tug from DeJuan Jones. He might see yellow for that. Looks like he will. He does. All 8 shots of the match so far, by the way, for this New England side, on target. They have been very efficient in their opportunities. Looking for Moya in front. Cleared away by Romney. Mora. Martinez. Back for Mora. Slips it through on the turn. A strike from Moya. It's out for a corner. Alajuelense, since the calendar turned to 2024, have only lost 2 of the 11 matches they've played. On the brink of it being 3 tonight. And it was this same score that they won by over the weekend against Santos de Guapiles. 4-0. Mora keeps it alive. Mora spinning his way through, goes down rather easily. Adonai Escobedo tells him to get back to his feet, play on. Whipped in from out wide, back post. Lawrence was lurking. Marc-Anthony Kaye. Ravas playing it out of the back. It drifts out for an Alajuelense throw. Just over 20 minutes remaining. Another change on the way. And we'll see Bobby Wood come on for Tomás Chancalay. Crowd greeting Chancalay warmly. 2 goals on the night. 4 goals in 3 Champions Cup matches. Bobby Wood replaces. And DeJuan Jones, wise to get him off with that yellow card. Replaced by Ryan Spalding. luxury to be able to bring in a player like Bobby Wood at number 9 position. Player who in his career nearly 200 appearances in the top 2 flights of Germany with 1860 Munich, Union Berlin, Hamburger SV, Hannover 96. So much of his career there. 45 caps for the U.S. men's national team with 13 goals. Was their regular starter at the number 9 in the 2016 Copa America. To be able to bring a player like that, his experience at 31 years old off the bench for your young starlet Tomás Chancalay, showcases the depth of and why this New England team could be poised for big things here in 2024. Have the pieces, have the coach in place. Baraktarovic, Bobby Wood. Ryan Spalding with the fresh legs up the left side. Remember, DeJuan Jones had the assist on the opening goal, which would still be the game-winning goal by Nick Lima. From the left back to the right back. Lima backed it up with an assist of his own later in the match on the 4th goal. So he scored the first, he assisted the 4th. New England is on the way to a big victory here tonight against Alajuelense. Happy to have had you along this evening. Joe Malfa with you for the action from Foxborough, Massachusetts. First leg of the round of 16 here in the 2024 Concacaf Champions Cup. If you tuned in the action yesterday, this is a nice reminder that goals are indeed allowed to be scored. We saw back-to-back 0-0 draws between Philadelphia and Pachuca, and then Orlando and Tigres. Coming up still this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Houston Dynamo host the Columbus Crew in an all-MLS clash. And then Chivas hosts Club America at 10 p.m. Eastern Time in an all-Liga MX clash. And tomorrow we see the 7th and 8th matches of the week. FC Cincinnati hosts Monterrey in a clash between an MLS power and a Liga MX power that has lifted this trophy multiple times. They're already qualified, Rayados, for the 2025 Club World Cup. And then we'll see at 9 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, Nashville SC hosting Inter Miami. Debut of Lionel Messi in Concacaf Champions Cup. Here's Mora looking for the back post, only out for a goal kick. Between now and the second leg for these two teams, New England has a road trip to Atlanta coming up this Saturday. And they have the second leg on the road against Alajuelense a week from tomorrow. They play Thursday of next week. A slight rest advantage for New England going into the second leg. Again, the Revs play this Saturday against Atlanta. Alajuelense will play Sunday against Guanacasteca. So New England will have an extra day of rest, though they will have to travel. Alajuelense remaining in the confines of their own home. Oh, that might be a moot point, though. The aggregate is too far out of hand, which it might be now already. 4-0 New England leads. Still 2 subs remaining on the New England side. 1 sub remaining on the Alajuelense side. Caleb Porter talking to his lead assistant, Blair Gavin. 2 previously coached together in Columbus before Blair Gavin went along to be a head coach of his own last year in the 2nd division. Here's Spalding. Harks for Wood. Bobby Wood taken down. Quarter of an hour remains. Back for Henrik Ravas. Anthony Kay under some pressure here. Mensah can get it clear now through Noel Buck. Nick Lima in the 28th. Tomás Chancalay, the 41st and the 50th. Esmir Bayraktarovic in the 55th. The tallies tonight for New England. Fifth appearance in Champions Cup. Second time they've made it in the last 3 years. When they made it in 2022, it snapped a 13-year drought. Never been beyond a quarterfinal. Their best finishes in 06 and 2022 equaled both times. Should they get through here, and it looks good, up 4 against Alajuelense, they'll meet either Chivas or Club America in the quarterfinal. Interesting, there's a possibility on one half of the bracket, the opposite half of the bracket from where these two teams lie. There's a possibility for an All-American quarterfinal. More on that in a second. Esmir Bayraktarovic rolls it ahead looking for Bobby Wood. But on that half of the bracket, it's Nashville against Miami. You're guaranteed to have an American team in the quarterfinal. Houston against Columbus. You're guaranteed to have an American team in the quarterfinal. And then the other two matchups, very difficult ones for the MLS American sides. But it's Orlando against Tigres going to El Volcan in the second leg, 0-0. That does not bode well for Orlando, but you never know. And then you have Cincinnati hosting Monterrey in the first leg tomorrow night. So two difficult draws for those American teams, Orlando against Tigres and Cincinnati against Monterrey. Should they find a way through, it's possible that entire half of the bracket the quarterfinal is made up of American MLS teams. This side of the bracket where these two teams lie, a little bit more international flavor. Just the way the draw fell, a lot of the American teams from MLS on that half of the bracket. Whoever comes through Philadelphia Pachuca, which was a 0-0 draw in Philadelphia last night, they'll get Herediano Robin Hood. Herediano's up 2-0. Now it's Ryan Spalding for Bayraktarovic, trying to click it back for Spalding. Harks is there. Spalding lays it off. Kay with the look. Moneda the stop. And then just to finish that up on this side of the bracket, of course, the Chivas Club America gets the winner of this tie here. A little bit more spread out through the region, the teams. Carlos Mora cuts inside. Mora looking at goal. It's the first save of the second half for Ravas. Still as bleak as it looks for Alajuelense, down 4-0. If you can salvage an away goal, still it wouldn't be easy, but it would be within striking distance. You would need only a 3-0 win to get through then on the away goal. I say only a 3-0 win as if it's easy, but 3-0 is not insurmountable. It's Again, the number that New England lost by in the second leg 2 years ago after winning their opening leg 3-0. That's why, as well as they played tonight, New England, and as much as they maybe like a fifth, it is uber important not to concede, to keep this clean sheet. And maybe that is why we're seeing the change we're about to see. Andrew Farrell will step on, the all-time leader in appearances, starts, and minutes in club history. He'll replace Esmir Bayraktarovic, who scored the 4th goal of the evening. Rather, Emmanuel Boateng will replace Bayraktarovic. And now Farrell will replace Nick Lima, who scored the opening goal of the evening. Very versatile Farrell, typically a center back, but capable of playing on the right side. He started there in the second leg against Kai last round. Here's Anthony Hernandez coming on for Carlos Mora. Carlos Mora never really got going tonight. He'll turn 23 in 2 weeks. He's having a really good start to his clausura. 3 goals and 2 assists in 10 starts. And his 200th appearance tonight for Alajuelense. Had a couple of moments down either wing where it seemed like he was going to create something that just didn't pan out. Very bright future he has ahead. Carlos Mora, again, only about to turn 23. Still very early in his career. 8 caps for Costa Rica since he debuted late in World Cup qualifying in 2022. Free kick coming for Alajuelense. With the insertion of Boateng and Farrell, it looks like New England has shifted the formation a bit as well. Committing more numbers back, and of course, makes all the sense in the world now with a 4-0 lead, just looking to preserve that clean sheet, avoid conceding the away goal. If you happen to score a 5th on a counter, so be it. And a cherry on top of what has already been a terrific showing tonight. 4-0 on aggregate they got through last round against Kai. It seems like it's trending toward that being the aggregate after just match 1 here tonight. Cedeno. Carlos Martinez. Michael Barantes gave it away. Haven't really called his name since coming on for Joel Campbell. Joel just really hasn't found him. Does now. Barantes looking at goal. Barantes, he is not afraid to let it fly like that. He scored on a free kick from nearly that identical spot on the field in Central American Cup, the tournament they won to get here and earn that bye into the round of 16. Just 6 to play plus stoppage time. Romney, Spalding. Threaded through for a Harks, and now ahead for the fresh-legged Boateng. Early ball through the back post. A bit of defending from Alexis Gamboa. Turned 25 in a couple of weeks. Just made his senior debut for Costa Rica in September. Played all but 4 minutes of the Clausura for Alajuelense. A rock at the back. Nice defensive play there to keep the deficit at just 4. For Boateng. Buck. Farrell. Boateng again. Spalding. Through for Harks. A terrific build-up here for New England. Yields a corner. That's exactly what you want at this phase of the match. Possess, keep the ball, don't allow a concession. If it turns into something that leads to a goal, be it an opportunity in and of itself from the run of play or a set piece, outstanding. Nacho Heel fires it across. It's Farrell stepping up. Farrell just goes back with it for Kay. Buck turns into space. Noel Buck with eyes for goal. It's blocked down. And the flag comes up for an offside on Bobby Wood. Slip through for Lawrence. On the turn, it's Moya. It's been a pretty straightforward second half. Don't imagine stoppage time will be too lofty. Barantes, edge of the area, chance to bring one back here for Alajuelense. But it's ballooned over the bar from Edward Cedeno. He's been capped at the U20 level for Panama, yet to make his senior debut. 20-year-old has been with Alajuelense since 2022. Hernandez tries to split through past Spalding, who commits the foul. First ever time these clubs met here tonight. Again, a drive from distance from Barantes. Skips wide. First ever time this New England club has played a team from Costa Rica. The 6th time Alajuelense has been paired up with an MLS side in Champions Cup. 4 wins and 6 losses in the previous 10 games played. For those 5 home-and-home sets. Told there will be 2 added minutes at the end of this one. Just wait for that confirmation from the 4th official. So all in all, we're about 3 minutes away from this 4-0 victory becoming official for New England. 2 domestic trophies have been lifted by New England in their history. 2021 Supporter Shield as the top team in MLS. 2007 US Open Cup. Haven't made MLS Cup since 2014. They had that terrific 2021 season which saw them atop the league. And they've had a terrific evening tonight which sees them atop the tie, 4-0. Take a bow. Every player who's stepped on the field tonight basically for New England has had some sort of positive impact. They played a mistake-free football tonight. They've cashed in on the opportunities when they've been there. All 9 of their shots have been on target. Incredibly efficient in that regard. On the other side, Alajuelense with 7 shots, only 3 were on target. Only 1 really threatened Henrik Ravas. That's the tale tonight. New England clinical after weathering some of the early positive play from Alajuelense. The visitors from Costa Rica never really got it back. Here's Spalding. Why is he taking it toward the corner with 45 seconds to play? And it's out for a goal kick. One last chance to pick up the away goal here for Alajuelense. Not meant to be. There's the final whistle. A dominant showing from New England. A 4-0 victory. They'll take that hefty advantage with them on the road to Costa Rica next week. But New England in the driver's seat with the quarterfinal of the 2024 Concacaf Champions Cup within touching distance. Lima with 1, Bayraktarovic with 1, Chancalay with a brace, all adding up to the 4-0 victory tonight.
Revolution, 2 goles en este encuentro. ¿Creen que ya tienen cerrada la serie para esta ronda?
No, creo que hicimos un gran partido, sacamos una ventaja amplia, pero tenemos que viajar a jugar a Costa Rica y tenemos que hacerlo con la misma seriedad que la hicimos hoy y hacer lo posible para meter más goles y seguir avanzando, que